Hi, Jeremy. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Eddie, before we start with Bournemouth, can we just ask you, as a former Burnley manager, what you made of the banner over the Etihad last night and what you made of the club's response?
Yeah, I thought the club's response was emphatic, and I wasn't aware of the incident until after the game. I'd missed the first 5 minutes of the match, so echo Ben's and me's comments, who I thought spoke really, really well after the game. And I'm sure it's a very small minority of Burnley supporters have done that. The majority of Burnley supporters that I met in my time there were absolutely fantastic people. And just to re-emphasise that we're, on behalf of this club, anti all racism and discrimination.
Okay, then on to Bournemouth. The Josh King injury, how bad is it? And he's out of the Molineux match.
We'll wait and see. We feared at the start when he went down with the ankle, I'll be honest, that potentially his season could be over because of he signalled straight away that it would have to come off. And then the replays, it looked a nasty an injury. But the scan showed it was a very minor sprain to one of his ligaments. So we'll make a late call on Josh to see whether he's available for this match.
You've had another chance to look at the Cahill tackle. Did you think it was worthy of a card? As
a former defender, to be honest, I thought he's got the ball first. I wouldn't be wanting a red card if that's one of my players. Unfortunately, he caught Josh and we missed him for the rest of that game. But no, I didn't see too much wrong.
Eddie, in the aftermath of Palace, work rate and creativity were mentioned. Did you agree that the work rate needs to be much higher, or is the caveat of 3 months without football a justification for that?
No, I don't think work rate's an easy thing to label at players on the back of a defeat. If I look at us historically through the season, we've been one of the hardest working teams. Our fitness stats are up there again in the top 3 teams of the division in most markers. So I don't think that is an issue. I think pressure possibly can have a detrimental effect to performance. I would put it more along those lines, and not dealing with the first goal and dealing with the setback of that with a lot of hype and a lot of expectation and a lot of feeling that this game was so important to us. I just think that at that moment we didn't respond very well. And sometimes it can look like something that it's not. My players knew the importance of the game. They are very good professionals. They wanted to win. It just didn't quite show in the way that it needed to.
Just one last question to you. It's Wolves away next. You've not taken a point away from home, of course, this year. But obviously, in the 12 Premier League games we've seen so far, there's only been 4 home wins. Do you think no fans means no home advantage? Is that going to help you, do you think, in your away games coming up?
Well, certainly we felt the negative effect of not having a crowd in our home game. That was absolutely clear. When we're 1-0 down, and usually you'd get a response and a feeling from the crowd. 2-0 down second half, where we started the second half really well. We just didn't have that support to carry us onto new heights, and we felt that. So whether that transfers away, obviously from our side, we hope it does. But ultimately, it's going to be down to how we play and how we start the game.
Thanks. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Paul Belveston, PLP.
Morning, Eddie.
Morning.
In December, after you lost to Crystal Palace, you said it was the lowest you'd felt as Bournemouth manager. I wondered how Saturday night compared.
It wasn't a great night for me, I've got to be honest. But in terms of ranking, I don't think that's a good thing for me to start getting into ranking low moments. I think we have to stay looking at the longer term picture. So we're in a very difficult position. We're fighting to try and stay in the league, but one win, one result changes everything. It changes perceptions, it changes our position, it changes the whole outlook from everybody connected with this football club. So we have to be very strong, very resolute, and rise to the challenge that is in front of us. We're still in a relegation battle. Nothing's changed. Nothing's been decided. And things are still so tight. So let's stick to that and let's look at the next game.
That next game against Wolves, how impressive you've been with them throughout the season, but then particularly the way they reacted after lockdown.
Yeah, no, they've had an outstanding season when you consider the games that they've had, the challenges they face on numerous levels, the squad's ability to play regularly, and produce very high performance levels, I think it's been hugely impressive. They play a really nice way and a nice brand of football. Very interesting system, counter-attack well. So full credit to them, their manager, the players for what they've delivered this year.
One of your players, of course, David Brooks, played his first Premier League minutes for over a year. How has he reacted and recovered from that outing?
Yeah, he's recovered well. It was unfortunate. I thought he was doing well in the game. He suffered from cramp quite early. I think that's related to the fact that he missed the last bit of training before we played last week due to the hand injury that he'd picked up. I think that's quite evident. He picked up a hand knock. So we envisage that he will improve with every game. But there were certainly signs of David's quality and what he's going to bring the team.
And did Arno Danjuma show you some of the stuff you're looking for from him as well?
Yeah, he did. I was pleased with his impact. He came on and was fresh and was bright and made a difference and helped us in the second half for sure.
How about other team news going to Wolves, Eddie? Is Phil Billing back, or any other doubts and knocks?
Philip Billing is close, very close. Been really pleased with the way that he's responded to the fitness work that we've done with him. So he's getting closer. Obviously, Josh is a doubt. Apart from that, I'm trying to rack my brains, but I think we're okay.
Thank you very much. Good luck at Molineux.
Thank you.
Thanks, Belvis. We will go to Ian Abrahams from TalkSport.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Moose.
Saturday was the fifth game in a row. You conceded 2 goals. Obviously a problem, but how can you now maybe get it so that the team can defend that a little bit better to not give yourself such a mountain to climb in games?
Yeah, I mean, it's so difficult. I mean, nothing in the start of the game and then the free kick obviously speaks for itself. It's well delivered, well executed from their perspective. I think we had 2 shots against us on target. We conceded 2 goals. Our defensive display, apart from that, was okay, but it's too late. You're 2-0 down against a team that then defend very, very well. So we have work to do in that respect. We're under no illusions. We have to improve. We've been working hard at it during the training time that we've been given to improve our defensive performances. And I hope that shows in the coming weeks because it's going to make the difference for us. We have to be more resolute for sure.
I was at West Ham on Saturday. Traore was absolutely outstanding, but he's by no means the only really top quality player they've got, is he?
No, he's not. I mean, he's one of a few who have been excellent for them this season in an attacking respect. He's certainly someone on Saturday came off the bench and made a huge impact. But we've got to look to our players to do the same thing. We trust the squad. We trust the players we have. We know the quality is there. We have to put it together at both ends of the pitch.
I spoke to David Moyes yesterday. I asked him about what it's like managing in an empty stadium. We've asked loads of players what it's like playing there. He used the word strange. Do you find it strange on Saturday? Were you able to be yourself on the sidelines?
Yeah, I think I was able to be myself. I'm not the one performing. I'm trying to help the team in any way that I can, whether that be tactically with substitutes, etc., etc. So it was different. It was very, very different. Without, as I said, without the home support as the home manager, that was a totally different experience to a normal home game. It'd be interesting to see what I think of the away experience.
Last one from me. After tomorrow, you've got a week off, and I make it 6 games, sort of 5 games rather, in the space of a ridiculously short period of time, something like 16, 17 days. Could it all have been spaced out just a little bit more?
It is what it is. What use is it me sitting here moaning at the schedule? It's been done for a reason, I'm sure. We just have to play the games and pick up points.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
Thanks, Ian. Andrew Pate from ITV.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi. You were mentioning earlier about the players feeling pressure. How do you try to reduce that, as you say, because obviously pressure is going to continue and mount as the season goes along?
Yeah, it's my job to take the pressure off the players. And that is what I will try and do. At the end of the day, they are playing the game that they love, that they've worked all their life to master and to give their best for the team, to enjoy the pressure. That these are all things I'll be reiterating to my players. We have to enjoy the challenge that this is going to bring. Easier said than done, I know, but that's what we have to do.
What sort of reaction have you seen from the players over the last couple of days?
I've seen a determined focus, I would say, disappointment at the performance, an acknowledgement that we weren't where we needed to be. That's a positive sign. I expect a response in lots of different ways. So I think the group is very, very motivated now to go on and do well in these remaining games.
And finally, from me, being on the sidelines with no crowd, is there a positive as a manager, as a coach, trying to get your message across, just being heard by the players?
Yes, in a sense that it is easier to get your message on, but it's still, players have to focus on their jobs. So listening to someone from the sideline is great. If, the drinks breaks are a good chance to do that. It's still, even though I can be heard during the game, it is very difficult.
Thanks, Eddie. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Andrew. So we'll move on now to the embargoed section, which